we have some more issues coming out of New York between the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks. So let's begin with the Brooklyn Nets. They had a fallout between James Harden and the front office, including Kevin Durant. As James Harden, he eventually got traded to Philly, but prior to that, before the season began, James Harden declined to accept his extension, which would have gave him a 4-year, $220+ million deal. And apparently, James Harden reassured Kevin Durant that he was going to accept his extension during the offseason. But before the season began, James Harden decided to push that back and wait for free agency. So that led to opportunities being open. And why was that the case? Because of injuries and COVID. Kevin Durant last year, he had to deal with multiple injuries, and that was during the season. And along that, when Kevin Durant suffered that MCL sprain back in January, his communication with James Harden fell through, and Kevin Durant, he ended up missing several weeks because of this injury. Along with that, Kyrie Irving was in and out of the lineup due to that COVID issue, when he was only able to play in road games starting in January, and he was not able to play in home games because of that. That forced James Harden to only play mainly by himself along with role players, putting him in a bad situation, forcing his way out of Brooklyn. But when asked about it, Kevin Durant mentioned that there wasn't a disconnect between him and James Harden. He was just more focused on the rehab. And again, that will last for several weeks. So because of that, James Harden, like I said, went to Brooklyn, forced his way out after 1 year staying with the team, ended up going to Philly, as he's now currently a Sixer. So that's the reason why James Harden ended up leaving Brooklyn. And that might be the same case for Julius Randle in New York. After having a successful year leading the team in the playoffs and signing a mega contract, a 4-year, $113+ million deal, he could be requesting a trade out of New York. And when asked about it, Julius Randle mentioned that he is not requesting a trade. He is built for it, even though there are reports that teams are questioning about his loyalty and his leadership for the team. And it got questioned even further when the reports came out that Mitchell Robinson is going to be a free agent. And if he ends up leaving, Julius Randle's on his way out as well. So the Knicks, they're going to have a very interesting offseason, especially after making the playoffs with the 4th seed. And now they're not going to make it this time around with all the speculation going on involving their best player. That's all for now, you guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with others, as I'll see you guys next time.